Hey, you. Yes, you. The one who keeps showing up, giving your best, loving deeply, trying so hard, only to be met with silence, cold shoulders, closed doors, and unanswered prayers. It hurts, doesn't it? It's okay to admit that. You've been rejected by people you loved, opportunities you prayed for, doors you thought would open wide, but they slammed shut instead. And maybe now you're starting to wonder, what's wrong with me? Let me stop you right there. There is nothing wrong with you. In fact, if you've been getting rejected lately, that might be the clearest sign that something greater is unfolding behind the scenes. Because rejection isn't always punishment. Sometimes, rejection is protection. Rejection is redirection. Rejection is God's way of rerouting your destiny. Let me ask you this. How many times have you cried over something that didn't happen, only to look back later and realize, wow, I'm so glad that didn't work out? Rejection doesn't always feel like grace in the moment, but from a distance, you start to see the pattern, the wisdom, the mercy. Closed doors don't mean the end. Sometimes they're the beginning of something you couldn't even imagine yet. Maybe you didn't get the job because there's one that aligns better with your mission. Maybe they left you because they weren't capable of loving the healed version of you. Maybe your plans failed because your purpose was never meant to fit inside those plans. You see, when God has something higher in mind for you, He'll block everything that distracts you from it, even when it feels cruel, even when it breaks your heart. Because sometimes God will break your heart to save your soul. And that's not rejection, that's divine protection. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what if this is happening for me? Because maybe, just maybe, this no is leading you straight to your bigger yes. Let's take a breath together. I'll show you the hidden lessons inside rejection and how it's shaping you into someone unstoppable. You're not alone in this. Let's walk through the fire together. So here we are. You've been turned away, passed over, ignored, misunderstood. It's painful, but pain has a way of becoming the most honest teacher. Let's pause for a second and ask, what is rejection actually teaching you? First, it teaches you discernment. Not everything that looks good is good for you. Not everyone you want is worthy of your energy. Sometimes God closes the door not to punish you, but to protect your spirit from things your eyes can't yet see. Second, rejection refines your resilience. Each no strengthens your muscle for patience, grit, and inner strength. You become less desperate for external validation and more grounded in your internal foundation. When the world says no, your soul starts learning to say, I still believe. Third, rejection prepares you for alignment. You're not just being kept from what you wanted, you're being aligned with what you were made for. The rejection is not random, it's surgical, precise, intentional. Because what God is building in you needs space. You can't carry divine purpose while holding on to things meant for a past version of you. That's why people leave. That's why opportunities vanish. That's why doors that once felt right now feel wrong. It's not you falling apart, it's you falling into alignment. And guess what? You've already survived things you once thought would break you. That rejection you cried over, you outgrew it. That door that didn't open, it would have been too small for who you're becoming. You are not being abandoned. You are being transformed. What God might be doing in your life. Let me ask you something raw and real. What if this rejection, this delay, this confusion, was the exact moment God decided to step in? You see, God doesn't always speak with thunder or miracles. Sometimes He speaks with silence. Sometimes He speaks with the absence of what you thought you needed. And in that absence, you start discovering a deeper kind of presence. When you have nothing left to hold on to, you finally grab hold of Him. Maybe this isn't punishment. Maybe it's positioning. Maybe God is positioning you for a miracle you're not ready to receive yet. So He's pruning, clearing, stripping, so that when the blessing comes, you don't just receive it, you can hold it with both hands. Maybe God is delaying the relationship. so you heal from the parts of you that keep choosing people who aren't ready for your love. Maybe he's holding back the opportunity so your character can grow to match the weight of the calling. Maybe the isolation you feel right now is the sacred silence where your true self is being born. Rejection isn't the end of your story. It's the prologue to the chapter where everything finally makes sense. Here's the beautiful truth. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not unwanted. You are just in the middle of a divine setup. So if life is quiet right now, trust the stillness. If things feel stuck, trust the process. If you've been rejected, trust that you're being redirected. Because God is not just fixing what's broken around you. He's building something new inside of you. You are not being buried. You are being planted. And what comes next is growth you never saw coming. If this message hit your heart today, don't just scroll past. Like this video if you've ever felt rejected but kept going. Comment "Still Growing" to claim your season of transformation. Subscribe if you're ready to turn your pain into purpose and your rejection into rebirth. You are not alone, and this is just the beginning of your comeback story.